Big Morgan Dollar collection reveal. Stay tuned. You don't want to miss this one. Here's my website, portsmouthcoinshop.com, and many of these coins that you see in this video will be listed. I still have a lot of Morgan Dollars up, graded cat bust half dollars, proof sets and mint sets and things like that. So if you get a chance, check it out. So I made a deal on a very large collection. And actually, it's not that it's large. I mean, it's 84 coins, but it was all different dates of mints. Nothing the same. So a lot of really nice coins in here, and some of them not so nice. You get that whenever you buy graded coins. You're going to get some coins that don't look the grade, some coins that look a little undergraded. That just comes with, buying collections and buying lots and things like that. So this was a personal collection that I know of. I don't know all the details, but I'm going to start off with, you've got the 7, 8 tail feathers. Okay, you have a strong and you have a weak version. One of these, I'm going to show the coins. One of them is a 63 plus. Now they both look very similar, and you can see which one's the plus. Now, I just don't see the difference in the coins grades. MS63, it looks a little bit better than the plus. So I don't know. This one here is, it's a nice coin though. I mean, they're solid 63s, no doubt. I just don't know about the 63 plus on this one, where there's a difference in those. And this is what I'm talking about. You'll run into this. And this is what you run into whenever you're buying graded coins. Now, as a dealer, someone says, well, that's got a plus on it. That's worth more than a 63. It's worth in between a 63 and a 64. PCGS has the plus grades. Well, okay. I mean, that's the only way you can buy it. So I guess I'll just have to look at the reverse and say, well, the reverse is better. I mean, you got to look at all sides of the coin anyways. So I've got that one, and this is the 7, 8, 7 tail feather. Now, I've explained this before. They started off with 8 tail feathers on the eagle. The eagle doesn't have 8, but they wanted to go with an odd number because I actually have 12. I'm not really sure. It was just something they had to change or felt like changing. Like I said, a lot of different heads were involved in the design of the coins, and the mint was a little more under control by public scrutiny than they are now. Now they pretty much just do whatever they want to do. It's a little bit different in the past. That's a nice looking coin. And I've got a lot of these, so I'm going to kind of go through them pretty fast. This one here is a 78S MS65, and I'll tell you, I love the 78Ss, the 78s in general. They're typically beat up, but the 78Ss, you can find some real good gems. Really nice struck coin. I mean, I love the hair of it. I don't know why they changed that for the later years. The 78 just has a little bit different of a design than the rest. You got a lot of people don't realize it. It's the 78 breast feathers. When you can see a 79 or a 80, you'll see 79, 80 over 79 and all those different varieties. Well, that's your concave breast feathers. And when you start seeing the 79s, they change that to more of a convex. A lot of it was just trying to find a way to strike these coins better because they were so thick and hard to strike. The die life was actually less. Like I said, they did different things. This one here is a 78. It's a Hot 50. It's the R78 VAM 187 double R. Okay, we'll take a look at that one there. It's not extremely rare or anything like that, but I'll show you over here if you do want to look up VAMs. Not so much the value. They do have some values, but you come over to VAM World. You can do Morgan dollars and Peace dollars by date. I usually go and use what they call the reverse type. So if I wanted to look this VAM up and it had a mint mark, let's say, or a CC, it's a really good way of actually determining whether you have an authentic coin or not, because it's only going to have here's sort by reverse design. You're only going to have so many CCs, known reverses, and if your CC doesn't match one of these, more than likely it's probably not authentic. So, this one here, it's a nice little coin. It's actually got the CAC, the little beanie sticker on there that everybody I talk about, and you see in my videos. The gold sticker is what everybody shoots for, right? That gold sticker everybody That's the one, that's the top dog CAC you can get. Now this is a 78 8-tail feather. This would have been the first die pair. Not saying the first design, not the exact die pair or not, but this is the first design. And I'm going to try to show you, I'll show you the coin itself. It's a really nice coin. And these have a good premium on them, especially in the 64. A lot of times you'll see them in 62 and 61 because they got beat up. Let's see if you can count the tail feathers on the back. Now, whenever it's a 7 8 tail feathers, you'll have some of the 8 tail feathers left that was left on the die, and you have the 7 struck over it. And those are different VAMs for that. You have the 7.5 and all that. Just how many's there and how strong it is determines what VAM it is. And, 1879, it's not extremely rare, but in this grade, it starts becoming rare. Harder to find in the upper grades. It's not like the 79S. 79S is a little easier to find. So then the 79O, we've got, I'm going to kind of go through these. Now, this one here is a 66. Now, this is what makes it difficult to be a dealer, okay? You try to tell people buy the coin, not the holder, okay? But yet, when you try to buy coins off someone, they see that 66 on it, they own this coin. As a dealer, you're not going to pay 64 price for it or 65 price for it. It's just not going to happen. They can get online, they see how much they're worth, but I just see a little mark on the jaw line that keeps me from wanting this to be a 66. And it's unfortunate, and a lot of people, I think I actually lost a viewer because of this. But guys, I can't just pay just so I can get this collection. I mean, what am I supposed to do? I mean, supposed to reduce it, crack it out and sell it as raw. I mean, there's just all these things that go through people's minds. Like I said, I'm not agreeing with the grade, and I admit it, but I'm going to probably put it up at a 66 price. Okay, and you can determine it. You may disagree with me. Is it a nice coin? Yes. Is it a gem coin? I don't know, man. I struggle with this so much, and like I said, just buy the coin, not the holder. Like I said, when we look up 66 prices, I mean, let's do that. So we have the 79S, and it's graded Mint State 66. As you can see, it retails for $250. It drops to $130. Okay. When you get into the wholesale on it, wholesale is probably, I don't know, probably $180, maybe $160 or something like that. So you pay that for it. It'd be very difficult for me to sell this as a 65 to anybody. They're going to just turn around and they're going to resell it to someone as a 66. So really, what does a dealer do? I mean, a dealer like me struggles with this kind of stuff. I know that if I sent 10 of these coins in look just like this, I'm not going to get a 66 on. I don't know why. That's just the way it is. I mean, like I said, though, it is a nice coin, but don't agree with the grade. I mean, I sent off how many 65s? I got 65s back from the 81Ss that I sent in, and those coins were beautiful. And I mean, hardly had a mark, and it looked better than that one, and they didn't get a 66. I didn't get one 66 on mine. And this one is another. It's an 1880. It's a 64 plus. It's a solid 64 plus grades. I'm just really not into the plus grades. I think that's pretty much splitting hairs. Because then what's it actually worth? You get up a PCGS, and how much of a percentage off do you sell it for? Does it look the grade? I mean, these are things that you struggle with when you're looking through all these coins. Here's one that's interesting. Let's move on to an 80/79. It's kind of hard to see it, and I'm going to try to show it to you here, but it's actually a 61 grade. As you can see, it's a nice 61. But see if we can look at the date really close here. Can you see inside the date there just a little bit of a rough patch? Well, that's what you're looking for, is the remnants of the overdate there. And it's inside the 8 as well. Now, there's different VAMs for these. There's different VAMs for these different die stages. So that's something to look for when you're looking at your 79s and 80s. Here's another 64 plus. Sometimes these plus grades, I don't know, bulk submissions or who sends it in. Sometimes it makes you wonder. Look at the cheek on it. Basically, you'll have to determine whether it's something you want to buy. if it's something that looks the grade to you. I try to take really good pictures so you can see the details. Sometimes lighting angles, but you know one thing about taking images of these is that the angles of the coins inside the holders are not always the same. Sometimes the coins are at a different angle inside these holders, so it's not easy taking those pictures. It's not easy getting the right light angle, and you have to set different things. Here's another 64 plus, and this is a CAC sticker. Some of these coins may have been sent in and just didn't get the sticker. A lot of dealers will tell you, no, this never been sent off, or it has. A lot of times that's a question to ask, because some people want to send it in because they get more money out of them. Well, this is 64 plus. It's a nice 82 S65. Pretty nice coin. A lot of times you'll see darker areas. We're looking at the coin a lot larger. When you're looking at it, I'm looking at this coin right here. I can see a little bit of some marks on the cheek there. Maybe a little bit result of some roller marks and things. But, I mean, it's a really nice coin. I mean, I can call it a gem. I feel comfortable, even with some of the marks in a focal area. But when you're seeing these on the screen, I mean, if you actually was watching my videos and you held this coin up to the screen, like I hold your coin up to the screen and compare it to the size of your actual coin. I mean, a Morgan, it's just, I mean, you think about it, it's a lot smaller than the coins the size of the screen you're seeing here, or how large the coin is on the screen. So you're seeing it magnified here. You're seeing details you won't see with the naked eye. That's why a lot of times you get the coin in hand and it looks a lot better. Here's an 8365. Here's an 83S. And these coins, when they start in the AU grades, even extra fine, they get a little bit of value. But, man, they really start getting a value in AU and up. You have to watch out for that, because a lot of people will take and crack out an AU 58 and put it on eBay as an MS. And I've seen that a lot. So you really need to know the wear. Here is an 8465. Now, this is an old green holder. Now, one thing about these holders, if you want to know what year or basically what era these slabs come from, I'll show you what you do. You go over to PCGS, and you can actually look up, it's called their Museum of Coin Holders. So we're going to look at that. So here is the Museum of Coin Holders at PCGS, and you can see what year this was. Oh, it looks like to me this is 89. Looks like that's about the collar of it. Generation 2.1 is when this Morgan dollar was graded 65. A lot of people think you could crack these out, and they were more conservative then, and you could actually get a higher grade. That's a 91 and 91S, MS63. And I'm going to go through these because it's going to get very time consuming going through all of these. Like I said, I'm going to have pictures of them, and you can look at them on the site. I do want to show you this. It's a 91.0 Mint State 62, but it also has a sticker on it that most of you probably don't know about. And it's for white. It means the coin is white. It's supposed to be guaranteed white. So this has an example of every date, and sometimes multiples of each date, every year. So we've got 95s, 93s in here. Here's the 92s. It's really nice to see a 92.0 and 63. You just don't see that all that often. The 92S. Try to show you pretty fast here. This is a really good box. This one is. This is the most rare of the boxes, I think. It's a 93 over on here, and a 93 plain here, which is a Philadelphia. And there's no 93S though. It's the only thing that wasn't in this for the most part. I mean, there were some CCs that wasn't in here too, but you got the 94. That's a nice 94.0. AU58. 94S. Here we go. 95S. 95. Don't see 95s very often that are really nice. I think that's a really nice coin. And here's a 95.0. And see, this is extra 545. It's a really dark coin. I'm not big into the coin that looks like that myself. But you could almost, and you could see some tail feathers down there at the bottom of the eagle, right next to the wings, and that's usually an AU coin. So You can get on Heritage and you can look up all the AUs and then open up another tab and go through all the extra fines, and you can compare, and you will see some AUs that look like this. I'll guarantee it. It's another thing that people get into. You start to buy slabs and try to resubmit. This one is a very nice 65. Very solid. It's got the CAC sticker on it there. I want to show this one here. It's a 96O. 96Os are known for not being struck well, not having great finishes, and very rare in AU grades. This one is a very nice coin for the grade. I've seen grade AU 58s like this. Here's an 84S. This is another one you see misrepresented constantly and overgraded because of the fact that it's worth a lot more in AU 50. 58, it really jumps in value, and to find one in mint state is crazy. This one here, I think it's ugly. The toning is on it. Solid for the grade, I suppose. But if I compared this one to the 95 that I showed you there that I said would be comparable to AUs, you're looking about the same grade. This one has a little more breast feathers, so I probably shouldn't stretch it too much. But we're talking pretty close in look there. And that's another thing. If that one's extra fine 45, maybe it's really extra fine 48 or 49. And that's where we don't use that grade. So that's why I don't disagree with the plus grades on the lower grades. I don't know why we have them on the upper grades so much when there's not as much of a spread. In other words, we've got 63, 64, 65, and you put a plus on it, then there's no grade in between that. Why don't we have an extra fine 45 plus that signifies it's not AU 50, but it's probably a little better than a extra fine 45? That makes more sense to me than putting it on the MS grades. But like I said, I don't control that. Here's another 66, and I'll show you this one because I showed you the last one, and it does have a CAC sticker on it. And you're supposed to get, 20 to 30% more on these coins. Now, like I said, it does look worse in this video than it is actually in person. When I look at this coin, it's a really nice coin. I really like this coin. Most of these are pretty nice. A lot of times, dealers pass around coins that they don't want. And dealer to dealer, sometimes you end up with what they call the bottom feeder, what's left over type coins that are darker toned or don't really look the grade. And, you'll get that. And they're just kind of the dealer rejects. And they'll end up in a collector's hands. And then once you get that, you'll get a collection and they'll have some of those in it. But that's just part of this, the way this works. It's a nice 85S. The only thing is it has an odd looking mark in front. But CAC didn't think it was too bad, I guess. How many times do you got to verify a grade? And I can't sit here and argue with a grade. How many people got to look at it? And I know people say, well, they do committee grading. Well, do they really do committee grading? When you're grading, they take about 10 seconds a coin, and let's say you send in a monster box, or let's say you send in 200 or 300 Morgan dollars. Do they really have 3 people looking at each one of those coins and making sure they're great? I don't think so. I don't think any company has enough money to do that. That would be so time consuming as far as, here's an 1886O. This is another one that is rare in the extra, I should say AU 50, but extra fine, it's a little more value. This is the VAM 1. This is a clashed E. I want to show you what that means. So I'll show you they put the sticker over top of the clashed E remark there. And the clashed E is going to be right underneath the eagle's tail feathers. If you can see that, it's kind of hard to see. Now here's an 88O. This one here is a top 100, mint state 62, and it's also a clashed E. Maybe we'll be able to see it a little bit better on this one. Like I said, you look underneath the eagle's, tail feathers there. You're looking for U. It's on the left side in this, but it's actually right above the leaf there. You see the knocks on the arrows? Try to show it to you there. Look for that. That's a good clash to find. Then we have one I think's undergraded. Yes, you heard me. This one's undergraded. I know you're seeing some marks, but you don't see those marks. I mean, this is the deal. 5x is the max magnification. If you're looking at it more than 5x, because when you look at this coin, you don't see, I mean, the cheek looks just as good as the 66s I showed you. I mean, it's really, it's a nice coin. It's a little weak strike on the reverse. And believe me, weak strikes don't mean a coin's not a gem. Okay, don't ever, that's not the way it works. I've seen plenty of weak strike coins get higher grades, get 65. I've seen it. I think even higher. I know I've seen it even higher. There's the 91S, MS63. This one here, when you start getting into the MS grades, it starts becoming rare. I'm not showing you every single coin here. I will have pictures of these. I'll have them up on the website, and you'll be able to see them all and look at them really close, provided they don't sell out before you get a chance. Here's the 980 MS66. Like I said, these grades are so close sometimes that you could probably argue over it. I see so many graded coins. Nobody realizes how many graded coins I see. I'm not like these dealers that do wholesale flipping all the time. I'll do some wholesale with dealer to dealer if I can, have duplicates and buy a lot of one thing. But I actually examine these coins. That's why I do these videos. I mean, I examine the coins and the grade and how they look. I'm doing it for a reason, okay? I learn. And something maybe some of you know already, and most of you probably do because you see Morgan dollars, but when you got a coin like this, 99S, the higher grade, the more it's worth. And that means it's a condition grade. Sometimes you have condition keys. Your 83S, your 96O, your 84S, those are what you call condition keys, meaning in certain conditions, they're worth a heck of a lot more. Take an 89cc in Pour 1. It's worth more than an 89cc in a G4 holder because there's a low population and actual demand for low ball collections for an 89cc. So that's how that works. I know a lot of people are like, how in the world can you have a lower grade coin like that worth more than a higher grade coin? Well, it's label. It's basically label buying. That's what that is. So then I've got a nice 21S. And it's graded mint state 64. And I want to talk about the 21s. Now, 21 is the last year Morgan dollars were minted. Except for they tried to do a 64, but they didn't actually strike any coins that they know of. And maybe 2021, there'll be another Morgan dollar struck. But what I'm bringing this up is that the 21, here's a 6521, which you don't see very often. It is very difficult to find the 21's graded anymore. I mean, I bought about 21 of 64s, I think, and I sold them on the site. When you go to a coin show, you don't see a lot of 21s graded. You'll see some 21S's and D's sometimes, but not very often. These are probably the most hated date of the Morgan Dollar series and the most melted. So I think they're more rare than people think. Now, not in the lower grades, what they call the the bulk bags you can buy. But I think when you start getting into mint state, I think they're more rare. I think they're more rare than what people think. Now, last but not least, I'm going to show you the CCs that was in this. And first, we're going to start off with the 79cc in Fine 15. Like I said, you can debate on grades all day long and bang your head against the wall. Some dealers will not buy these from me. Some of these that look like they're not the grade or might look like it's clean or got a scratch on, they just won't. They think it's a gift. It shouldn't have been graded that grade. And that's the way it is. They have standards. There's a lot of them that have standards. A lot of people don't realize that. Sometimes I've got to take these to shows and just wholesale it out to the dealer. I mean, I could bust them out, I suppose, and take a loss and go out of business and just stop doing it all. And like I said, it's not a lot of opinions. Here's the 92cc Verifine 35. Here's the reverse. To me, it's easier to grade the lower grades, but still you see some inconsistencies. And this is one of them I'm going to show you. And a lot of people might like this. I do think it's the grade, but I want to tell you what happened with this one, at least what I've seen with this before. You see the tone of it? Typically, when you keep a coin in tissue or paper, near cardboard, not like the cardboard, but those little orange envelopes that people put coins in sometimes, or even tissues, that can cause a coin to tone like this. So you don't want to do that. I found it multiple times. I'm sure there's other things that cause it, but it is an oxidation on the coin, like a little coating. It's kind of odd looking. So there you have it. There's most of these Morgan, or at least a bunch of these Morgans I want to show you. I'll really, instead of showing every single coin, I wanted to educate on some things like the VAM sites, where to find out what generation holder they are. Sorry, I'm not giving out exact detailed information on that. Also the CAC stickers and about grading these a little bit and what I see all the time, as well as the all white sticker. Like I said, you can put it in the comments if you know all the details, exact details. I don't worry so much about the stickers on the coins. Sometimes you have to pay more for a CAC sticker coin, but it doesn't matter as much with the common stuff as much as it does with the higher end stuff. It does add a little value to them. I mean, some people do value that. They like to collect all CAC. So anyways, thanks for watching my video, and hit that sub button and have a great day.